Hi, this is Brooke Lounsbury, registered nurse and expert contributor at CaringVillage. Each week I answer your questions about caregiving and offer tips and solutions. Medical disclaimer: although I am a nurse by profession, I am not your nurse. All content and information shared is for informational purposes and educational purposes only. It does not constitute medical advice and does not establish any kind of patient-client relationship. Always consult a professional who is aware of all the facts and circumstances of your individual situation before making any changes or decisions about your health or well-being. Today's question comes from Cindy.
We are taking our first cross-country trip on an airplane with Dad since he started using a wheelchair 6 months ago. We're a little apprehensive about how to get around while traveling, what TSA might require, boarding and leaving the plane, and even what to do if he has to use the washroom while on the plane. What should we pack and what can we expect while flying with my dad? Any advice you have will help.
Thanks for reaching out to us, Cindy. Now, flying with someone with a disability can be a challenge. Between the TSA restrictions and security, the anxiety of making it to the plane, boarding and offboarding, using the restroom, these are just a few of the obstacles that the disabled population faces. But that shouldn't stop or even discourage travel. With a little planning, you and your father can make the journey across the country with little to no difficulties. The U.S. Department of Transportation has in place a legally binding document, and it's called the Airline Passengers with Disabilities Bill of Rights, and this states that airlines must accommodate the needs of air travelers with disabilities. This Bill of Rights applies to all flights of U.S. airlines and even flights to or from the United States by foreign airlines. The entire list of the 10 rights can be found on their website, which we will link below, and for your dad, a few things may actually apply, such as airlines must provide information to any passenger who states that he or she uses a wheelchair for boarding, even if they did not request the information. Also, any limitations on the availability of storage on the aircraft, also assistive devices that they may need on top of the wheelchair that they may be using, whether or not the aircraft has an accessible lavatory, and also the types of services that are not available on the flight. Now, a few tips that I put together that can make your travel easier for you and your dad are: request assistance in advance. Now, you can do this as you are booking your flights. There should be a box about needing special assistance on the website, and check that box and fill out all the necessary information. Now, you may be contacted by an accessibility specialist before your departure. However, whether you are or not, be sure to contact the airline the day before to make sure accommodations have been made. Now, if your dad is able to stand and use the bathroom independently, ask for a seat across from the restroom. If he isn't able to, consider using adult incontinence underwear. Also, bring extra pants and incontinence underwear in case they are needed. Just as I said before, give yourself ample time to check into the airport. Arrive at least a half an hour earlier than the airline recommends. When checking in, be sure to let the airline attendant know your dad uses a wheelchair. They will provide assistance throughout the duration of the flight. In addition, 72 hours prior to your flight, or even longer, you can get your questions answered in advance through TSA Cares, which is an 855-787-2227 helpline for those with disabilities. A travel agency I found online is devoted to passengers with disabilities and can provide in-depth assistance. Check out their website on Travel for All, and I have the link down below also for that. Have a great and fun trip with your father, and hopefully everything will go smoothly for you. If you have a caregiving question or concern, please submit your questions by leaving a comment below or fill out our form at www.caringvillage.com/questions. I look forward to hearing from you. Until next week.